Daniel Cormier praises Chris Weidman for his performance against Brad Tavares at UFC 292. Although Weidman lost, DC gives him credit for never quitting. On the DC and RC show, DC said, "I know Chris and I've spoken with Chris since the fight. He is not happy to just have been there. He did accomplish great things by making that walk, going through all the rehab and the ups and downs with the injury, but he wanted to win that fight. He wanted to make a run, but I thought that he fought like an absolute savage. He could have quit. When you're out there limping around on one leg, which is a bad leg because you've been leg kicked so much, you can actually quit, and he never quit. Chris Weidman is a savage. He wanted to be champion." Ahead of his fight against the Korean Zombie this weekend, Max Holloway gets emotional at media day when discussing the Hawaii wildfires.
Actually, I would, Lahaina people, I mean, I'm sure it's all over the world. And you guys saw how everything went down, how the Lahaina people was let down by the state, by the government. But, the Hawaii community, they stepped up. The people stepped up. The Hawaiians stepped up. And then, after the Hawaiians stepped up, the world has stepped up. You guys are seeing and everything and people helping, The UFC is helping out with this UFC Loves Hawaii and so on, and it's a tough thing, man. I just shared my story about how some people ended up passing away and they got the name, so it's just tough, man. Those guys is they're the real heroes right now. They're going through it, and my walkout song is gonna be a dedication to them, and they said that we should use bread to solidify those guys that's in the fire and going through it. So I actually gonna be using red for the first time in my UFC career. I've been using the black, the universal, and I was able to be granted red for this short. So yeah, a lot of things. I always go in there with Hawaii on my back, but feels a little bit heavy right now.
Renato Moicano sees a dominant victory for Max Holloway this weekend over the Korean Zombie. He does, however, believe it will be a decision.
I'm going to talk a little bit about the fight. It's pretty well known that Max Holloway most likely will beat Korean Zombie for 5 rounds. But why is that fight happening, my brother? Why? Because Max Holloway asked for the fight. He was asked on a post-fight conference who he wanted to fight, and he said, of all old guys that is still active, Korean Zombie was the only one that he didn't fight, and Korean Zombie say, okay, let's do it, even though he was supposed to be retired. So that's the only reason that they doing that fight, because Max Holloway is the #1 contender, and I think they are working on the Volkanovski because they don't want to see Volkanovski fight Max Holloway again. So they put Max Holloway against Zombie, and most likely we'll see Volkanovski against Topuria. Great fight, my brother, great fight. And remember, don't bet, because last weekend I lost my house. I think that fight is going to be a decision in favor of Max Holloway, and Korean Zombie is going to be punched for 5 rounds. Max Holloway, better cardio, crazy volume, good takedown defense, and Korean Zombie was a hard hitter, knockout artist, but last couple fights he didn't show too well. So we go with Max Holloway.
Israel Adesanya had words for Sean Strickland today over the sparring footage of Sean that came out a few months back. Izzy posted this to his Twitter. He wrote, "Imagine doing this and thinking, yeah, good work today. Useless, insecure waste man." Izzy recently did an interview with MMA Junkie and had more words for Sean Strickland. Izzy also says that he's not worried about the press conference. He went on to say, "I didn't think it strained the relationship with the UFC at all. It was part of the negotiations. They listened to me when I put my case forward. Business is business. We handle business on this side. We just keep it under wraps. We keep it in-house. Families fight sometimes. Things happen. Friends fight and you come together and make it work. We got the job done in the end. I don't care about what people think. Even though, yes, people do think I'm going to blow through this guy. Rightfully so, because I will. He's not an easy fight, but I will make it look easy. He's a hard fight, but I'll make it look easy. I've made a lot of hard men look easy. Easy work. This will be no different. Behind the scenes when it's just me and him. I've been in the locker room with him. I've been backstage. Even last time I saw him in Vegas, I smacked him in the behind the scenes, then his public persona. People think he's this guy. He's crazy. Behind the scenes, he's soft. I'm soft. I won't even call him soft. That's actually an insult to soft people. He's like that idiot in the back of the class who just wants to talk and talk over you to get his point across. Nothing in particular he said has gotten to me. Just anytime he breathes, he says some idiotic things. I kind of want to show people what happens backstage. I want to show them on the main stage that he's my bitch. I'm a loud man when I need to be loud, but I'm very quiet and I observe. He definitely has his own insecurities and whatnot. Like I'm a man and I ride a motorcycle and wear my boots and drink my beer. He wants to be that guy and macho. I don't need to prove I'm a man by doing all of that shit. I'm just me, and I'll still f you up. I'm not worried about the press conference. I'm worried about the fight. He's worried about the press conference, because that's where he thinks he's going to shine. Last time he just caught me off guard, because I wasn't expecting to go back and forth with him. I also hated the fact that he was sitting behind me like a kid in class. I'm looking forward to the fight because that's where it counts. I don't give a f about a press conference, but I've got some bars for him as well. I'm on a warpath and I'm going to end this man. He's getting knocked out. He's getting knocked out in this fight, but I believe his team will really try to get him to wrestle or clinch with me. He'll get dumped on his ass and knocked out again. I don't take him lightly because a man with everything to gain and nothing to lose is a very dangerous man. I take him very seriously, but I just know who I am and where I'm at. So if you didn't know, Hulk Hogan's nephew is an MMA fighter. His name is David Bollea. He's 42 years old and fights at 170 with a pro record of 8-2. According to MMAfighting.com, his past 5 wins came against opponents with a combined record of 37-63. David Bollea was knocked out pretty brutally over the weekend. UFC Fight Pass tweeted this. It says Sugar Sean ain't the only one dishing out faceplant KOs this weekend.
Oh! That's it! What?
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from King Ray Hunt. It's in reference to Cody Garbrandt saying Sean O'Malley has holes in his game. It says if Cody had a chin, he would be unstoppable. The second one's from Mr. McFeely. It says, Brown, I think people should stop talking about Weidman's injury. Weidman, I can't believe Brad kicked my surgically repaired leg. And the final one says, Dana probably paid Tavares $100 per leg kick. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.